discovered by humans on Mars, the first unknown organism, when stimulated by scientists, suddenly extended 2 tentacles and began waving them rhythmically. This life form exhibits astonishing growth speed. When first discovered, it was merely an inactive stem cell. After suddenly infusing glucose and nutrient solutions, it seemed to awoken from dormancy. Cultivated for just over 10 days on the station, it self-evolved, transforming into a living organism. Even more remarkably, after forming a life body, every single cell on its body possesses all cellular functions. Simply put, each cell has independent muscular capability, and can even think individually. It is highly intelligent, changing postures during its infancy. To amuse the scientists, specializing in research studies, Marcus gradually became deeply fascinated. Unable to extricate himself, during an experiment, Marcus used a microcurrent shock device for research. Suddenly, it grabbed Marcus' arm. Though tiny like miniature arms, it exhibited astonishing strength. No matter how Marcus struggled, he couldn't break free. Then, it exerted force again, and actually snapped Marcus' finger. The pain is intense enough to make anyone watching cringe. Severe pain caused Marcus to lose consciousness instantly. Teammates wanted to rescue him, but safety officer Miranda feared infection risk, daring not let the team rush in. As they argued, their dispute became heated. At this moment, a Martian creature suddenly attacked. Evidently, Marcus' palm was soft and boneless. The creature tried escaping its containment, but the specially crafted rubber gloves proved incredibly resilient, preventing any breach. Immediately after, it displayed unexpectedly advanced intelligence, disrupting the electrode panel inside, using a sharp edge to puncture the glove, then slipped free from the grasp. The scene left everyone speechless with shock. But worse developments were yet to come. It spotted the test subject opposite. Lab mouse entered through the vent. The oblivious mouse mistook movement for food, instinctively biting it, then became completely entangled, vanishing entirely within seconds through digestion. Lucas saw this, ignoring Milan's protests, rushed immediately to save Marcus. Having digested the mouse, the organism visibly expanded. Lucas grabbed Marcus' ankle, only to get ensnared himself. Outside teammates sealed the chamber urgently. Its escape would spell disaster. Eliminating it became their only survival chance. He grabbed an oxygen tank, attempting fiery containment, but the creature showed zero retreat. Under the intense heat, its regeneration rivaled sci-fi monsters. Seeing the crisis, Lucas deployed a high-output flamethrower. Yet the organism possessed tenacious vitality, instantly healing all burns, suppressing panic. Lucas unleashed continuous fire. The only weapon left in the lab is this flamethrower, and its fuel is nearly gone. Once it runs out, death is certain. This creature moves incredibly fast, making it hard to hit with flames. As the fuel runs out, the creature seizes its chance, forcefully entering his mouth. Violent struggle begins. Right now, he desperately wishes he were immortal. Not long after, Lucas starts vomiting blood. His teammates cannot bear to watch. The plan was to contain the creature in the lab, but the drifting flamethrower accidentally triggered the fire suppression. The creature escaped through the flame jet. Now it can infiltrate any area of the station. In other words, nowhere is safe anymore. The communicator urgently contacts Earth base for help, but as Quantsai speaks, the calm system malfunctions. According to the display, the cooling system is likely the issue. After Lucas died, Gloria, originally handling communications, is the best technician on the team, so she exits to the signal array, opens the cooling unit, and finds all coolant is gone. They suspect the Martian organism drank it all. Since it's carbon-based life, it needs oxygen and water. Now, it might be searching everywhere for water. Suddenly the organism bursts from the cooling vent, clinging tightly to Miranda. Miranda slams the vent shut. The spacesuit is thick enough, buying her some time against the creature. But unexpectedly, it tore the cooling line of the spacesuit, causing toxic coolant to leak into the helmet interior. She needed to return to the station immediately, or become the first human to drown in space. So, she risked detaching her safety tether, and jumped toward the nearest airlock. Any misstep would leave her lost forever in the void. Luckily it was a close call. After tumbling through space, she grabbed a handrail. But now, coolant had flooded half the helmet, obstructing her vision. Seeing this, crew member rushed to the airlock. Opening the emergency airlock required teamwork. She had turned the external valve halfway, when the toxic coolant completely submerged her, and she swallowed some, knowing she would certainly die. With the creature still clinging to her, she resealed the valve, deciding to drift into deep space with the creature. This organism could temporarily store oxygen, but eventually, it would suffocate, drifting away with her corpse. Suddenly the creature sensed danger, and leaped back toward the station. The station was nearly sealed. The only external entry point was the thruster nozzle, so monitoring that nozzle offered hope of incinerating the creature. But the creature moved too swiftly. It escaped every time before the flamethrower fired. Not only was it unharmed, it also wasted a lot of fuel, plus the thruster activation made the station gradually drift off course, moving steadily toward Earth's atmosphere. If the creature reached Earth, it would cause world-ending disaster. Marcus started analyzing calmly. When they first found the creature, it was just a dormant stem cell. After they awakened it, it consumed massive nutrients. Not long after, it grew into a living form, its evolution and structure suggesting this creature likely dominated Mars for hundreds of millions of years. It rapidly consumed all Martian life, destroying the ecosystem, until it sucked Mars dry of water, collapsing the atmosphere. Losing all oxygen, the creature protected itself. At this moment, it entered cellular dormancy. Since it's carbon-based life, just like humans, they could find a way to kill it. So, they let the creature enter the station, while remaining in the Martian module, then drained oxygen elsewhere, waiting for it to suffocate, and re-enter dormancy. As they sealed the module, Marcus suddenly spotted the creature. He stayed silent, planning how to wait until his team finished locking down. As he waited there quietly, they noticed Marcus looked disturbed. Miller soon lost consciousness. Marcus suffered muscle atrophy, his legs long since numb. He had always been in poor health, so problems were nothing new. But during the rescue attempt, Miranda noticed his pants suddenly move. Yeah, they pulled them open, and were scared out of their wits. His abdomen then ruptured and opened up. He developed feelings for the alien, smuggled it aboard, and hid it, letting it feed on his nutrients. Miranda immediately shocked the alien again, but the alien had evolved further and attacked. Seeing this, the other crew members turned and ran. The alien pursued. They split up. Two faster astronauts locked themselves in the cabin. The slower German astronaut hid in the cryopod bay. Now, the other two astronauts were hidden. They realized this thing was beyond human strength. Suddenly, the screen showed the alien's location. Probably when it consumed Marcus, it swallowed a military tracker too. So, devised a way to trap it. Using Marcus's body as bait, the alien would return to feed. They'd seal the compartment then, vent the oxygen once it appeared, and let it suffocate without air, forcing it into hibernation. The plan almost worked, but a setback occurred. Earth Command earlier only got half the distress call, still sent a rescue ship. It was preparing to dock, aligned with the sealed compartment. Communication remained down. As the spacecraft approached for docking, the station malfunctioned in positioning. Marcus in the rescue pod, mistaking this as help arriving, felt hope. Unaware of his cruise plan, rushed toward the rescue ship, but didn't notice the alien creature closing in behind him. The crew tried to stop the rescuers, shattering their hopes. The hatch burst open instantly. The alien killed the team leader who just arrived. In the struggle, they damaged the docking sequence, causing the docking system to malfunction, triggering anomalies. Under intense pressure, everything in the module was violently sucked out. The alien clung to the ship's leg, crawling toward two other crewmates along its body. To avoid endangering them, Kevin grabbed the alien and was pulled into the void. The two crewmates scrambled toward the hatch, but the alien quickly killed Kevin and pursued them. Fortunately they moved fast, barely sealing the alien outside. Soon after, the module detached completely from the station. The entire station nearly shattered from the impact. The main section survived, but the station lost all power. Oxygen was rapidly depleting. Temperature plummeting sharply. Worse still, the station was falling toward Earth. Their deaths mattered less, but if the alien reached Earth, humanity faced extinction. Jake recalled they had 2 escape pods. If used well, they might eliminate this alien creature. So, he baited the alien by releasing oxygen from a tank. Now oxygen levels are plummeting. The alien is highly sensitive to survival conditions. It quickly approaches to seize the oxygen tanks. It needs to store more oxygen to extend its survival time. Jake's plan is straightforward. Lure it into the escape pod, then manually pilot it into deep space with the creature. While Miranda returns to Earth in another escape pod, everything goes as planned. Jake successfully lures it inside, swiftly seals the hatch while it stores oxygen, then triggers emergency launch, detaching from the station. Seeing this, Miranda activates her escape sequence. Both pods begin their flight. When one collides with space debris, their mission remains on track. One craft drifts into endless darkness. The other enters the atmosphere, crashing on Earth amid a fireball as parachutes deploy. With thruster counterforce applied, the pod lands safely in Earth's ocean. Spotted by 2 Vietnamese fishermen, who rush to investigate, only to witness an ominous sign. As it turns out, the alien had uncovered their scheme. So, it played along by entering Jake's pod, overpowering the controls with brute force, guiding the craft to Earth. After continuous evolution and consumption, the alien has now gained reproductive capability. As Miranda retrieves her escape pod, after striking debris, it malfunctions, beyond control. Her fate becomes inevitable. Jake screams desperately not to open the hatch, but fishermen mistake it for distress calls, unhesitatingly prying the hatch open. The sole reason we kept him alive was to lure other fellow beings to spring to the rescue. Are creatures like this truly capable of ruling over the planet? Could Earth end up like Mars next?